Hello, everybody. How you doing? Let me have the video get caught up here. Need a haircut, so I'm putting my hat on. All right, there we go. I'll see myself on, so you guys you'll probably see me, and it looks clear for right now. So hopefully it will stay that way. So Buck Chaser, how you doing, sir? Heidi Clark, Mark Williams. It should be David and Nancy. I'm guessing both of y'all. Crickwater Crappie Company. Buck Chaser, you need to be eating in my house. Well, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Let's see. Yeah, Heidi said the food looked good. Oh man. Yeah, it's been an interesting day, guys. So I've got a individual that should be on here in a minute. I'm waiting to see if he posts. And I'll talk about this, but yeah, man, I'll just tell you. Well, no, you know what? Here, so let me just say this. First of all, so I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what I did. But if you guys have any questions, comments, go ahead and throw them out there now. That way, because there is a delay. So when I say something now, it's about probably a minute before I see anything you guys say on the chat. So you know what? Shoot, I did it again. Here's my mic. Hopefully you can hear me better. So anyway, yeah, it will take a little bit before I see it. So if you have guys any questions, comments, concerns, what have you, go ahead and post them now, and then I'll get to them here in just a second. So we got 8 people showing right now. Don't know about you guys, but we're having some pretty bad weather up here. Looks like my internet's working pretty good today, unlike last time. So hopefully it hadn't changed. Yep, sorry. Just looking over there to make sure. Yeah, so who saw the video from today with me and my wife? I know a couple of y'all. I know Heidi Clark mentioned it. Buck Chaser said said a couple of things. I'm trying to remember what you said, but yeah, she basically stole the show from me. Oh, I know what Heidi said. She said to make sure I watch out for those crappie snacks. Make sure I check what I'm gonna do, and yeah, before I eat one of those things, because if y'all know what the crappie snacks are, they're crappie. Oh golly, I can't even say it. I just drew a blank again. Well, the crappie bait. Anyway, yeah, the crappie snacks. So I got a text. I'm sorry. That's why I was kind of. So my friend is on right now. So I'll go ahead and say, okay, let's see. I got a few more comments here. Yeah, Heidi saw it. Danny Plant, how you doing, sir? Buck Chaser, yeah, you saw it. I know. Great video, says Danny. Heidi Clark. Nibbles. There we go. Crappie nibbles. Why can't I remember that? I've got it ingrained in my head. Crappie snacks, because my wife was saying crappie snacks. Do I need any of those little snacks? But anyway. So y'all were asking about the barbecue, because I went on live earlier, and yeah, man, I'll tell you what. In theory, it was a great deal. I got up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock this morning, and I went ahead and did my rub last night. I was all impressed with myself. I cut the brisket. I did 2 different things with it, and one of them I just put straight on the grill. I wanted to just do a regular old brisket like I was in a competition, and let me just say I would have lost is basically where it wound up being. And then I did another one, which is a recipe of a friend of mine's. And so what he does is he takes just a tray, which you guys saw that in the last thing. You know what? Here, let me tell you. I'll show you a picture. So he does a tray of. Here it goes. All right, so you can see this. Let me zoom that in. There we go. So this tray right here has the if I'm saying it right, the tip of the brisket. So I cut it off about right there and put that piece in here. So this has kind of like a roast. It's got vegetables. It's got, let's see, potatoes, onions, carrots, jalapeno pepper, mushrooms. What's the other thing? Green peppers, bell peppers. And I put when I first started out, do my rub, I put some butter in there, and I put not a gallon, a cup of whiskey and a Shinerbach beer, 12-ounce Shinerbach beer. So that's how I started it. That goes the first 4 hours. After the first 4 hours is over, I put another cup of whiskey in there, another Shinerbach beer, and go ahead and close it up. Cook it for another 4 hours. Now that's usually he does that with an entire brisket. So I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. Well, in the middle of this, I mean, they call the bark. They call the outside of the brisket the bark. It looked good. It was hard. You know, I could poke in there. It felt good. I've been watching brisket videos all weekend, and well, I cut the first piece off, tasted it. It's like, man, this is good. I'm impressed with myself. Went ahead and sliced the whole thing and sat down at the table with everybody else, and everybody ate it and said it was great. But I had to spit mine out. It was pretty bad. So it just was not done. So I called my friend Mark, who's on here. They haven't commented, but he sent me a text. And I called my friend Mark a minute ago, who's a competition guy. Does a lot for my nonprofit organization. So we have a barbecue contest every we're gonna have this again in August. And so he's one of our supporters, him and his wife. And I called him and said, yeah, man, it's not done enough. So in the middle of this, somehow my brand new pellet grill went out. So I'm still trying to learn this pellet grill thing. They say it's a set it, forget it. And let me just say, if you set it and forget it, you're going to be in trouble because it went out. So, yeah. So now I've got to wrap back up, put back on the grill. So keep in mind, I started this at 6 a.m. I put it on the grill at 6 a.m. And now I had it, low temperature, 250. And I pulled it off at about 5:30. Now the grill went out sometime in there. So when I looked at it, it was down to 100 degrees. So yeah, so I guess I'm cooking for another couple hours. So anyway, that's the start of my deal. So guys, I think I mentioned my earlier thing I'm going to be doing. Well, a couple weeks ago, or I guess maybe last week, I mentioned that I'm going down to one show a week, and we're gonna I'm gonna focus on one fishing show a week. I'm just having some issues with audio. I did get some pieces in to fix all my audio issues, so hopefully that will work. It's just really frustrating when you get out there and you have 5 shows that are 5 fishing events that are all videotaped, and you have no audio. So we're working on that, but what I'm going to do for now on, at least for the foreseeing future, is I'm going to go ahead and do just a vlog. I like to reload bullets. I like to mess with pow pows. I don't want to say what the word is because I might get banned in here, but I like to now cook. So, going back to that cooking thing, I did a chuck roast the other night. That was amazing. Let's see if I have Blue Jay all the way. Hey, Gaga. Or Gaga. Wonder who that is. That's one of my grandkids. It's got to be. I just don't know which one it is. So let me know who you are. Well, you can do a cooking one called Sleep at the Grill. Man, that is a good idea. That is an awesome idea. Thank you, Irene. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel, Irene. I appreciate it. And that's my grandson, Kason. How you doing, buddy? I got to see him yesterday. If y'all watched the show, probably 2 months ago, I took Kason fishing. And So that's him. So here, let me show you this real quick. This is my pot roast. No, my chuck roast. Well, oh, come on. Hold on. I'm trying to get it straight. Okay. See if I can do this right. It moved on me again. Hold on. I'm going to find another one. There we go. This is it after I put it in the oven for a minute. So get it closer. So you can see I've got all the vegetables in there. I've got 2 things of butter on top. I've got 1 butter on each side and 1 melt on the bottom. My gosh, guys, this was the most amazing thing I've ever tasted in my life. The butter infused with the potatoes and the everything, and it was amazing. So I figured, you know what? I can do this brisket. Well, it wasn't my day to do brisket, is what it was. So anyway, that's kind of where that is. So, all right, guys, I'm not seeing any questions coming through, so y'all throw some questions out. But if you saw the show with my wife this week, oh wait, hold on, let's see. Let me go back here. Mike said I probably have damp pellets. Mike, you know what? They're. I don't think that's the issue because they're brand new pellets. I just put them in, just got them, but it is raining out here, so we do have a lot of humidity here in East Texas. That very well could have been it. I did bump the grill down a slight bit, and then we did have a windstorm. I don't think that would have put it out, but I don't know. Basically, I had to unplug it, turn it back on, and it went back to town on me. So yeah, we're good for that. So, but yeah, you're right. Heidi Clark is a learning curve. If I can only cook like Brad and Willie, my gosh, those guys can make some beans. I think it was Willie's beans, Brad. I could be wrong. Yeah, it was Willie's beans. We had a deal, and so they have this recipe, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they have this pepper that's like a combination of the number 1 all the way down to number 10 hottest peppers in the world ground, and put it in their beans. And man, I ate everything. After the judges went through, I went back and ate that whole turn in, and then I'd eaten some at their camp as well. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I paid for it later on, but yeah, it was good. So I did that tonight. I wound up having to take a little water out and add some more water and put some sugar in there just to cut the spice down because I got them a little bit warm. So anyway, scorpion peppers. Heidi, I've not heard of scorpion peppers. Mike Hallmark says, my son-in-law bought a brand new, here, hold on, easier for me to read. Let's pop it up. Bought a brand new one and had a bad fire pod. Really? You know, I've actually heard of that, and that may have happened. I don't think so, because once I let it cool down a tad bit, turned it back on, the thing fired right up, and I've got it cooking back out there right now. I just wrapped everything back up in full. I got to get it up to, I believe Brad said, 200 degrees. So added a little beef broth in there, and kind of keep it cool. So hopefully it'll be fit to give to the in-laws and the next door. I'm sorry, and the next door neighbor. He wants some as well. Okay, scorpion peppers are extremely hot. Never had those. Now I've got some in my freezer. I grew last year. I grew some. What are those called? I just drew a blank on those things. Very hot peppers. I'll think of them in a minute, Heidi. I did habanero, jalapeno, and ghost peppers. That's what it was, ghost peppers. I grew some ghost peppers, so I have those in my freezer. I do use those periodically in my cooking. Can't use a lot because they are warm. I like warm stuff, but they are warm. So, Carolina Reapers are hotter. Yeah, now I've heard of Carolina Reapers. So, and yes, Ghost. You're right, Heidi. That was it. So anyway, guys, back to the video. I'm sure y'all saw that. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you go watch it. Took my wife fishing this week, and first time she's ever been crappie fishing. She outfished me. I could not catch a fish, and I'm using a live scope. I could not catch a fish. Well, I caught a few, but she caught probably 3 or 4 to my 1. It was amazing. Once I dropped her off, I caught fish all over the place. I don't know what it was. But there's one scene in there where I'm showing you guys, because somebody had asked what my setup is, where my weight is and my jig and stuff. So I'm talking about that. And kind of under my arm, you see my wife struggling with a fish and brings one in. I'm like, are you kidding me? She's already got one. So yeah, she did do a good job. She was being funny because she was kind of out of her element. So if you didn't catch the pink Cadillac at the end, she's a Mary Kay rep. So she does Mary Kay for a living. She's got a pink Cadillac, which I drive periodically. And I will say it gets me out of tickets. So I've been stopped by a couple police for speeding, but one in town was a motorcycle police. And if you're in Tyler and you know about motorcycle policemen, they don't let you off. The guy walks up to me and said, "You in a hurry?" I said, "Yes, sir. I'm trying to get out of this pink Cadillac and get back in my truck. My truck's in the shop. I have to go get it." He started laughing and told me to slow down. I was doing 10 miles over. So yeah, I got out of it. So, all right, guys. Hey, y'all tell me about your week, man. I'm gonna say one more thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask you. Tell me about your week. Tell me about your fishing. I'm sure some of you guys have been doing some fishing this weekend. And let's see, Mike says, shoot, let me pop it up here. If you ever go 300 above on other cooks, it drops back down in increments. You shut down, it will. Got you. Okay. That's good to know. I did pop it up here for a little bit, but toward the end. So yeah, I know it's clean because I just cleaned it last night before I went. So I've done a couple cooks on it with hamburgers and stuff like that. But I went ahead and cleaned it all out. So okay, hey Buck Chaser, I'm gonna get to that in just a minute. Let me tell y'all real quick while y'all are doing comments, questions, whatever you want to do. Guys, I want you to remember what this weekend is about. I put a video out there, and hopefully you've had a chance to see it. But if you haven't, let me just say this weekend is Memorial Day. This is not a Veterans Day weekend. I've already had one person text me and say thanks for your service, which I appreciate. But at the same time, this is not a weekend for me, nor any other veteran here. I know Buck Chaser is one. We got a few other people that are veterans that I'm not seeing on tonight. And this is a weekend where we remember those that are fallen, guys. My brothers, my sisters, your brothers, your sisters that have fought for this country to keep us free, that have given the ultimate sacrifice. And I kind of incorporate the families in that as well, because they're there. I've got a little girl that I've kind of adopted, not legally, but her father was killed in service, and I heard from her today. And with a very limited space and graduations, they're having a graduation at her school, and she called me to tell me that she has a spot for me. So Monday I'm going to her graduation. It just seems like I met her at 15 years old, and now she's graduating high school. And it's one of those things that she lives with. She carries his dog tags on her all the time. And that's what this weekend's about, guys. About the people that have sacrificed their life to keep this country free, to keep us where we are now, to keep us being able to do a live stream, to keep us from going, or allow us to go to church, to worship. And, yeah, that's what this weekend's about, guys. So Mark Williams, he's one of our other veterans that I know that I see in here. Thank you, Mark, but this is not your weekend. As I said earlier, not mine. It's for the guys that and the gals that have sacrificed their life. So let me get back to these deals. So Buck Chaser says, not a question, but a comment. Ordered a 0 offset transducer bracket. Anxious to see how it works. So if y'all have not heard about the 0 offset transducer, if you look at I'm going to use my pen as an example. So say this is my live scope pole. So my transducer kind of sits, now I'm trying to line up at an angle. So what a 0 offset does, it moves it back to this way. So it changes your cone. And quite honestly, I'd never heard of that. So Buck Chaser told me about it. So, but it makes sense. And so I'm eager to look at that and try to get one. So if you're on a live scope, your transducer is going to be kind of canted a little bit I think it's to the right. So it's shooting a cone out to the side versus straight on. So Buck Chaser, please let us know how that works. I'm eager to check that out and see some more information on that. Simon, how you doing? Glad you're here. Can't pronounce your last name, but I appreciate you being here. Still kind of waiting right now. We've got a possible special guest, and let me check my text real quick, see if he's going to be on. Haven't heard back from him. He said he might make it, but he might not. He's got to wait and see, and he'd get back with me, but he hasn't gotten back with me yet. But we'll see. He may be on. Mark Williams, no fishing for me. Hopefully this week. So I went out to one of the places that to deliver some shirts. So I went out. If you watch the video that I did with my wife, we were fishing in front of a boathouse. Well, they were out there taking pictures. And next thing I know, I get an order from my nonprofit, Lone Star Warriors Outdoors. And it was them, but I had no idea. So I went and delivered the shirts to them yesterday. And it was kind of fun, but there were so many boats on the lake. I don't even want to try it at all. Heidi Clark said she saw the video. Thank you, ma'am. Mike Hallmark, nothing to do with fishing. He had a roof put on this week from the hailstorms. Oh, yeah. I'll imagine, dude. Yeah, we're getting hammered here in East Texas. It was fine all day long. Started. So if I lose you guys, that means we got struck by lightning. Yeah, we've been getting hammered here. So let's see. Simon caught some fish. One broke my line. Where are you at, Simon? What part of the country? Travis, how you doing? So Travis says he's a bit late. So I used Travis's. If y'all remember, he sent me some jigs that were weighted. I used those things the other day. They were awesome. I actually caught a fish. I didn't have time to put it on the video, this last video, but I did catch a fish on that jig, Travis. So I was pretty amazed. I mean, I watched them come up to bite one line, and all of a sudden the other one took off. I mean, it was crazy. So yeah, I did catch those. They worked great, Travis. Thank you so much for sending those. I appreciate it. So Simon's in Illinois. Cool. You're out there by Andy with ACC. And so y'all are open up again, I guess. No, your lakes have been closed down quite a bit. Let's see. Chippo Fishing, how you doing, sir? Glad to see you on. If you guys have not checked out Chippo's channel, do so. He's got another channel that I'll watch. when I can, because lately I've been too busy to do anything, so I haven't been able to watch anything. But definitely, Chippo's got a channel, so check him out. He's in North Carolina, South Carolina, I believe, one of the Carolinas. Steven says, "Yeah, Simon, exactly where was that?" So y'all must know each other. So, oh, Jimmy, Hook City got me bluegill fishing. There you go. Have you been finding the spawning grounds on those crappie or those bluegills? I know they're doing that now. I haven't had a chance to look for them in crappie fishing, but probably need to go do some of that. So I just saw Chippo's, yeah, Central North Carolina. He's been doing night fishing, no jet skis. I'll tell you what, brother, that's the way to do it. We call them lake fleas because they're just all over the place. Michael Lawrence, how you doing, sir? Thanks for joining us tonight. Hello from Greensboro, North Carolina. I've actually been there. It's been a long time, but I've been there. Irene, let's see. Haven't been fishing late yet. Too much water in North Louisiana. Going with Mark S. next week at Powell. Really? Mark Standridge. That's cool. Is this the Irene that I met? And I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names. Is this the Irene I met out there with Mark? That's a school teacher. I think it is. If so, hopefully I'll see you out there again. You and your friend were fun. If that's who I think it is, I enjoyed. Yeah, it is you. Y'all were so much fun out there. You're gonna have a good time with Mark as always. And yeah, it will be a good time. So let me know when you're going. I'll try to get out there and at least say hi to you. So cool. I'm glad you're going back. So Irene makes it from, I can't remember what town she's in, but it's very close to the Mississippi border near Vicksburg, and she drives down to Lake Palestine where I fish. So it's probably a good 2.5 hour drive, I'm thinking, and comes fishing Lake Palestine. That's how good this lake is. We have a good time here, and her and her friend were so much fun. We cut up and had a good time while Mark was cleaning fish. I cleaned a few of mine, and we just sat there and cut up while Mark Stanridge, the guide, out here cleaned the rest of theirs because they had a bunch of them. So Travis says, me and my wife fished yesterday, fought our way through the stupid wave runners. Yeah, tell me about it. To get to a spot where they can't go on standing timber. Man, I'll tell you what, Travis, I'm glad you have some of that, because here at Palestine, we have standing timber. We have a lot of standing timber. The problem is the jet skiers have no idea where it is. So we'll be in standing timber and one flies right by you. What they don't know is their jet ski is about a foot right now, about a foot above the stumps. And pretty soon they're going to get hit. But glad you got away from them. So see, Buck Chaser, it makes sense that Travis's jig works. Nicely designed. I agree, man. I always see fishing hitting the weight above my jig, or fish hitting the weight above my jig. Yeah, that's why I was trying to figure out how to do that. So what I was doing, I was putting basically two weights on there, or sometimes just one weight, and then I put a jig on there. And then Travis brought that idea up and said, hey, I'm going to send you some. So he sent me those things, and man, I'll tell you what, they're good. I like them. I've got to order some. I've got to find them. I mean, he sent me like, I don't know, 8 or 10 of them. So I should be set for a little bit, but I don't want to run out of them. So I got to order some for sure. So, okay, second and third. All right, Irene, that's awesome. I will do my best to be out there that day, or one of those 2 days, and say hi. You're going to have a good time. Definitely. Let's see if I missed anything real quick. All right, nothing yet. All right, guys. So probably what I'm gonna do here, because I know it's getting a little slim. We got 14 people on. It's a little slower than normal, and I'm kind of thinking it's due to one of the two things: the weather, or the fact that, well, it's still kind of light outside. I'm looking over my computer monitor. I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you guys know. But I'm probably gonna wind up maybe moving these every 2 weeks, just to allow people for. I know it's Memorial Day weekend, so a lot of people are still out fishing. They're at a barbecue. They're at something right now. But hopefully we can give a little bit. If I move these to every 2 weeks, and I'm not sure. Like I said, I'll let you know for sure. But it is getting a little slim with people who are on here, just for the simple fact that a lot are fishing. I get comments afterwards saying, "Hey, I was sorry, I've been out fishing," and it's just I don't know. We'll see what happens. Chippo says it's a holiday and do it every week. Chippo, that's easily said to doing. The problem is sometimes I want to be out fishing, so I don't know. I'm going to talk about this. I'll figure it out, and let me check my text here. Well, I guess my guest got busy, so he said he wasn't sure. He had to get home and find out, but I hadn't heard anything yet, so I guess he is. He may be fishing. Who knows? Travis says I was fighting 30-mile-an-hour winds. Whitecaps abused the heck out of spot lock. I'll tell you what, man. Spot lock is great, but you're right. The wind, between the wind and the GPS, trying to figure out how to keep you in the same place, man, it can wear you out. I've almost fallen out of my boat several times because of spot lock. It just kicks in at like 19, which it only goes at the power 10, but it kicks in and shoots me over one way, and I gotta kind of catch myself. So, let me look at some. I had a couple things written down I was going to talk about. That's the wrong sheet. It says Happy Mother's Day. That was last time. Okay, yeah. Kind of talked about them. So, yeah, it was kind of slow today. I apologize, guys. Maybe I need to call Bat and get him back on here. He's probably fishing. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all being on here. I'll just say this. I'm not going to throw... Let me see how to say this. Y'all seen the video? Y'all seen my opening video and my closing video. And the guy that sings that song is a guy named John Schlitt for the Christian group Petra. And I'm not going to try to convert anybody here. I'm not going to try to throw Christianity on you. But I will say I watched a thing of his today, his testimony, and it was something for me that I've been struggling with. I'll read that in just a minute. Something I've been struggling with is stuff that happened in Afghanistan, and being a Christian, is not always the easiest thing to do, and especially when you look at what's happened to you before. But he did a quote, and for those of you who are Christians, you'll appreciate this. For those of you who are not, don't leave, please. Just because I say this, but I need to say this because I feel like I need to. But as he was sitting there contemplating suicide, he said, "What sin have I done that it's greater than the blood of Jesus Christ. And boy, that hit me hard today, guys, just because some of the stuff that's happened in Afghanistan, that's happened in life in general. And yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there, guys. So if you are a Christian, I want you to think about that. What sin have you done that's greater than the blood of Jesus Christ? There's not one. So, that's kind of where I'm at. And Chippo, thank you so much for saying that. Never apologize for your beliefs. Don't want to run people off here. But that is what my show is about. Faith, family, and freedom. And that's why that song "Faith and Freedom" just rings so well. In fact, I kind of want to play it for y'all. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that whole video. You know what? I'm going to do that. Hold on. Then I'm going back to Mark because I saw him in a minute. Give me 1 second, guys. So I want you to see this video. It's got a lot of stuff in there. I'll say that. Let me pull it up real quick before I do this. It is Faith and Freedom. Let me see how long it is. I don't want to waste too much time on this, but guys, 4 minutes and 56 seconds. I'm going to play this for you guys, and listen to the words. I'm going to play the first part of it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I know you've heard the first part on my show, but I want to get to the middle part where they have presidential people talking. It's pretty dang cool. So let me share my screen real quick. Give me 1 second. And here we go. Oh, wait. You know what? Hold on. I got to pause this. I didn't hit go with sound. Let me stop the screen. Share screen. Include audio. And that one, share. There we go. All right. So I think y'all can hear this. If you can, let me know. There's nothing going on right now. Oh, shoot. And I'm a citizen of this world. Can y'all hear that? Heaven, some things were meant to be together. I believe in faith and freedom. Got a country too. I believe with faith and freedom, we're gonna make it through. They try to knock us down, but we will stand and fight. All right, thank you, Bucky. It's time to show them how we can never be divided. We have strength when we're united. I believe in faith and freedom. Got a country too. I believe with faith and freedom. We're gonna all right, here's the part I want y'all to see.
The whole world, in fact. Does America have the moral and spiritual capability to lead the world to freedom at this moment?
We believe that all men are created equal because they are created in the image of God.
America is stronger because of the values that we hold dear. We believe faith and freedom must be our guiding stars, for they show us truth, they make us brave, give us hope, and leave us wiser than we were.
My grandfather came through Ellis Island, left Soviet Russia because of religious persecution. He was a fruit peddler in Brooklyn, New York, and his grandson gets to argue cases at the Supreme Court of the United States.
The same revolutionary beliefs for which our forebears fought are still at issue around the globe. The belief that the rights of man come not from the generosity of the state, but from the hand of God.
I do not fear what is ahead, for our problems are large, but our heart is larger. Our challenges are great, but our will is greater. And if our flaws are endless, God's love is truly boundless.
Freedom and fear, justice and cruelty have always been at war. And we know that God is not neutral between them.
We believe in America. We believe in ourselves. Our greatest days are ahead. We are, after all, Americans.
All right. I'll go ahead and stop this now. Dude, that song is powerful. Faith and freedom. You know, with things that are going on nowadays. We need to be focused. I want you to watch one more thing. One of the guys that if you heard him say that his grandfather was a fruit peddler, and now he argues in front of Congress, I think it was. I can't remember what he said exactly. Anyway, that is Jay Sekulow. I can't remember how to say his name. But if you've never checked them out, he's got a band, guys. I'm gonna play one quick thing. I won't play the whole thing, but I'm gonna play just a little bit. Let me find it. And now it's not gonna show up. Oh, here it is, the very first one. So he sings with a guy called John Elefante, and John Elefante is in there. Supreme Court, thank you, Irene. John Elefante is in there. John used to be the lead singer for the group Kansas. So I'm sure everybody's heard Boston. Well, shoot, hold on. Let's get past this ad. And I'm going to play just a little bit of this, but they are playing Boston. They sound amazing. So I'm going to scroll up here just a tad bit. Let me get to where they're playing. That's Jay right there. I like country music. I like rock music. And that's Jay right there playing. He plays drums as well. And he argues in front of the Supreme Court. Wow. Wish I could do that. Wish I just had one of those talents. Wait, give me 1 second. I'm going to pass up here, scroll up to what they're singing. Guys, they are amazing. Check them out. Jay Sekulow, Sekulow band. And they've got a lot of, they do a lot of secular music, but I want to show you the first part. So my buddy John Schlitt, the one that sang the first song, he sings in here as well. I'm trying to scroll up to where it starts. That's him right there. That's my buddy John. Here we go. We're just going to play it just for a minute. I know we're talking, guys. We're not playing music, but I'm playing music right now. Sorry. You know what? This is my show. What the heck? So that guy used to be a lead singer in Kansas. And time doesn't wait for me. It keeps on rolling. What a voice. On a distant highway, yes. I've got to keep on chasing a dream. I've gotta be on my way. Okay, here's my buddy John coming up here. He does the high part just a second. Here we go. After he does this, I'll quit. Here we go. It's been such a long time. It's been such a long time. All right, 68 years old, he can still do that. Gives me hope. All right, enough of that. Guys, thanks for listening to my rant. Appreciate it. So let me get back up here. Let's see. Mark said, just got the phone with Willie. He was glad glad you used his peppers for the beans. Wait, I got to call him and tell him that I had to drain the liquid out of there. Some of the liquid, most of the liquid, 2 bowls full in order for people to eat it. I was fine with it. Nobody else was. So, Ronnie Harris, enjoy your videos and chats. Thank you, sir. Thanks for being on here. I appreciate it, buddy. And we talked, Chippo said never apologize. Thank you. Let's see, Travis. I've watched it, not much on Christian music, but I can dig his music, man. I'll tell you what, he's good, brother. He is awesome. So thank you for at least watching it. I appreciate that, sir. Terry Landry, buddy, how you doing from Lafayette, Louisiana, Youngsville, Louisiana? Glad to have you on here, buddy. First time fishing adventures. That was a great video. Thank you, sir, for watching it. And Mark Bradbury, amen. Thank you. Go for it. Buck Chaser, your heart's in the right place. Thanks for sharing your faith and time, man. I appreciate it, brother. You know what? It's that's part of me, man. And quite honestly, if people don't like me, then well, they probably don't need to be here. So I guess I'll find out if I lose 30, 40, 50, 100 subscribers tomorrow. But that's what I am. What you see on video is what you see in real life. And if I meet you, I'm gonna be the same person I'm gonna be on this deal. So I appreciate that. Heidi Clark says, love the song, great message, stay safe, have a blessed evening, everybody. Freedom is not free. You're right, Heidi. Thank you so much. Heidi, I think you may be leaving, so if you are, thank you so much for being on here tonight. I appreciate it. One of my moderators. Thank you so much, along with Mark Williams and the other 2 I haven't seen tonight. But anyway, guys, 47 minutes. We really didn't have anything to talk about tonight. I'm glad you allowed me to share some of these videos with you. And Mike, thank you sir. Never apologize for being a hardcore American. Man, brother, you know what? Let me show you something. All these awards were given to me, and move my head, from guys that have come through my organization. And we've saved lives. Mark Bradbury, he's on here. He was there last year, he and his wife, and his friend Willie and his wife Karen. And they saw what happens. A lot of people, and I'm not going to do it. I should probably play another video for you, but I'm not going to do it. But you get a chance, go in and watch. Go back on my videos. I've got 2 videos in here that came from a hunting show called The Journey. That was 2 years ago, and it kind of covers 4 guys' stories. So 2 guys each episode. But these guys are guys that we've played, and I say we because it's not me, it's my organization that played a major part in their recovery. Several of them played a major part in the fact that they're still here. I've got a deputy sheriff that I met one day, and I'll just tell you, I drink. I'm a Christian, but I drink. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a whiskey and 7-Up sitting right here. And I was driving down the road in my side-by-side and went to a gas station and met this guy because he pulled up in a sheriff's car. I'm like, oh crap, I'm in trouble, because I just drove 3 miles down a major highway. It was a 2-lane there. It was 4-lane when I got on it, but 2-lane at the end. And I had a drink in my hand. And he talked to me for a while, and turns out that he got injured in Afghanistan, same place I was. And I invited him out that night because we were having a dove hunt And Brad, this was at Ryan's Ranch. If you're still, or I'm sorry, Mark, it's at Ryan's Ranch. If you're still on here, like 5 years ago, and he showed up and after hanging out with us, and we took him on a hunt later, where he was one of the guys, and he flat out told me, he said, one night, and I can share this because he doesn't mind. He said one night I was sitting out, I was on patrol, I was sitting in a field in my cop car, and I had my weapon loaded, was about to pull the trigger, and I got a call. And he went there. That's the only reason he didn't commit suicide that night. That's what this organization is about. And so if y'all get a chance, go back and look at The Journey, Part 1 and Part 2. Part 2 does our flag ceremony, which is touching, very moving. So anyway, I know I was trying to hang up a while ago. We're in the 50 minutes, and I've just been talking. But I appreciate y'all letting me talk about stuff that's on my mind tonight. And I know I haven't gotten much from you guys, but thank you so much for doing that. And we'll go ahead and end it here. Guys, y'all have a great night. Have a great week. Tomorrow, while you're sitting out there doing whatever you're doing, take just a minute and remember those that have died to keep us free. You look at people like even Chris Kyle. Chris Kyle was doing what I do. He was helping veterans. And of course, I do now, especially because of what happened there. We do take a lot more precautions, but it's the same thing. He fought for this country, and he died helping one of our warriors try to get better, and it just turned out bad. But anyway, Tony Freeman, how you doing? Thank you, sir, for saying that. But thank you for being on here tonight. I'm sorry that you got on at the very end of it. And Heidi, thank you so much for saying that's important to talk about. It is. It's my faith. It's my my life. That's what I live by. So anyway, ladies, gentlemen, thank you so much. Wait, hold on a second. Mark Williams, loneliness and no one to talk to is a killer. Man, I'm highlighting this real quick, guys. And Ronnie, I see yours. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. So one of the things that we deal with in my organization is you know what? I'm going to tell you my story. Might as well. I got back from Afghanistan. I had nobody to talk to. I was in the reserves at that point. So the people that I served with were not with me anymore. Whereas normally you come back from war and you're with the people you served with. And I probably came back a little bit too soon. And I literally didn't take any time off. I mean, I was a pharmaceutical rep. I got released from active duty. I left Fort Hood, drove down. I had somebody take me to Waco, where I picked up a company car. And I was back on the clock, went into training. And probably took about 2 years of stuff building up in me. And I got to the point where I wasn't suicidal, but I wanted to die. I wanted somebody to kill me. I wanted a car to drive down a road and just cut across the median and whack me. I wanted to die. Because kind of like John a while ago, I felt my life was, or I was better off, my family was better off dead than with me in it. And sorry. I went on a hunt with another organization. And at that point, I got to talk with guys who've been through the same thing that I've been through. And that's where Mark's comment comes in. being able to talk about my experiences, being able to talk to people who have experienced the same thing. When you know, war is war. And the worst thing, I just warn you guys, don't ever walk up to somebody and say, how many people did you kill? That's not what we want to hear. And some people might hit you. But yeah. So I went on this hunt, and it changed my life. It really did. It changed everything I thought about, changed the way I looked at things. I was able to talk about my experience and realize that I wasn't the only one that went through these things. And so that's when I came back and made my own organization, because I want to take it a little bit farther than what they did. And so where they just, you know, they were civilians, never been in the military, and they just put a hunt on for guys. So I wanted to change the organization. I'm taking Mark's comment off here. I wanted to change it a little bit and, you know, bring it from a standpoint where I know what you're going through, and we can sit here and talk. We can, if I need to stay up all night, we can talk. We can do that. The first night, I tell them when they get here, I say, look, guys, I hope you get a deer. But if you don't, what I want you to do is I want you to walk out of here with phone numbers where you can pick up the phone at 2 a.m. and you can call somebody. That's what it's about, being able to talk to people. Loneliness is a killer. And that's exactly like Mark said, loneliness is a killer. So, you know, I've got, my phone shuts off at 9 o'clock. I don't get calls, but I have certain guys that I have on emergency contact. So if they call me at 2 a.m, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to hear it. I'm going to be there for them. I've had that. You know, I went to a mud ride one year. This was after my hunt, probably another year or two after the hunt. And I got left out in the middle of nowhere. So there was 2,000 people at this concert, and my side-by-side wouldn't start. And I started panicking. There's people jumping around. There's noise. I was in a place I didn't know. Next thing I know, I'm under a tree about a half a mile away from this place, calling people at 1 a.m. You know, that's what we do. We're here for these guys, but I don't know how I got off in this tangent, but anyway, so that's my story, guys. I'm still here. I'm still here because, well, mainly at that point, my 4-year-old grandson, and now I want to work on keeping everybody else here. We got way too many people committing suicide every day, excuse me. And so that's what we work on. This has totally gone away from Asleep at the Real Fishing, guys. I'm so sorry. Well, let me look at a couple of comments. Ronnie Harris, thank you so much. Good night. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it, buddy. Mike Hallmark, let's watch your channel. Enjoyed the love and compassion. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Travis says, go for it, brother. Terry, I got to put this up because fellow Cajun, man. Go. Geaux. Go Tigers. Irene, you are so real. I appreciate you and what you do. Wow, thank you. Thank you, Irene. I appreciate that. Sorry, Heidi. Heidi, thank you for telling your story. We're all human. Love that you're helping others. Heidi, thank you so much. Thanks for being a part of this channel. Heidi's been here since day one. One of our moderators. I love her. Never met her. Never talked to her on the phone. Just through here. And I appreciate you, Heidi. I really do. Guys, I'm going to shut this off and go inside and clean up my, oh gosh, you know, I got brisket on the barbecue. Forgot about that. I had to put it back on. I need to go check that. So I appreciate y'all for being here tonight. We're gonna go ahead and do it again next week, and then I'm gonna kind of figure out what we're gonna do. Hold on, I'm gonna put this one up. Terry Landry, I hope you don't mind. 1993, after I got out of the Army. Know where you've been. Brother, I appreciate that. Terry, do me a favor, man. I want you to send me Well, you know what? I'm gonna make it easy. Get a hold of Kendall. Get my phone number. Shoot me a text. Don't call me first. Just send me a text. And sorry. Just saw my son. Sorry. My son heard that story. Whew. No, something I want to share with him right now. I forgot that he might be watching. Love you, boy. Love you, Josh. We'll talk later, okay? Okay. All right. Sorry. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Appreciate it. Terry, get a hold of Kendall, get my phone number, shoot me a text, and we'll go from there. Okay, buddy. Love to talk to you, man. Thanks for your service as well. Everybody else that's been on here, I appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you so much. And yeah, just keep watching, guys. Share it. And especially that video I put out about Memorial Day. If y'all could share that thing, just get the word out, because I don't think a lot of people know what Memorial Day weekend is. They think it's about a military, and it's not. So I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night and a good day tomorrow. And remember our falling, guys. Appreciate it.